when Don Knotts never planned to leave Mayberry, and for decades, nobody knew the real reason he did. The Andy Griffith Show looked like pure Americana from the outside, a quiet little town, a wise sheriff, and a bumbling deputy who made the whole country laugh. But behind that wholesome image was a world of financial tension, bruised egos, and one colossal miscommunication that changed television history. It started with a handshake agreement. From day one of production, Andy Griffith had been clear. 5 seasons, then done. He wasn't interested in milking a good thing until it ran dry. Don Knotts took that promise seriously. As the 5th season wound down, he signed a 5-picture deal with Universal Studios. A smart move to secure his future once Mayberry closed its doors. Then CBS came knocking with a number that was hard to ignore. The show was still pulling massive ratings, and the network wasn't ready to let it go. Andy agreed to keep going, and just like that, the agreement that had shaped Don's entire career plan evaporated overnight. Don reportedly tried to find a way out of his Universal contract. According to accounts published years later, he explored the idea of taking a small ownership stake in the show, around 5%, something that might have made staying financially worthwhile. But somewhere in those conversations, wires got crossed badly. Andy apparently walked away believing Don was asking for a major share of the property. The negotiation collapsed. Don had no choice but to honor his film commitment and walk out of Mayberry for good. What makes the story genuinely heartbreaking is that it wasn't a falling out. It wasn't resentment or ego or a blow-up on set. It was a business misunderstanding, the kind that happens when people are talking past each other at exactly the wrong moment. Don himself said it plainly in his later years. If he had known Andy planned to continue the show, he never would have left. There were other tensions behind the scenes worth acknowledging. Frances Bavier, who played Aunt B, reportedly found the role limiting for someone with her dramatic training background. According to those involved with the show, disagreements between her and Andy were not uncommon, though she later reached out to him personally to make amends. The cast also worked under very different financial arrangements. Andy, as a co-owner of the production, earned significantly more than his co-stars, including Don, who reportedly started at just $150 per episode, despite being one of the show's biggest draws. None of it, however, erased the friendship at the center of it all. When Don Knotts passed away on February 24, 2006, Andy Griffith was right there at his bedside. No unfinished business, no bitterness, just 2 men who had made something genuinely great together and knew it. Ron Howard, who grew up on that set playing Opie, has said repeatedly that those years shaped everything he became as a filmmaker. 5 Emmy wins for Don, a #1 rating for the show, and a legacy that reunion specials and memoirs are still unpacking decades later. Mayberry wasn't perfect behind the curtain, but the friendship that held it together, that part was absolutely real. If this story resonated with you, hit like and share it with someone who loves classic television. Subscribe so you never miss the next deep dive into Hollywood's most compelling untold stories.